Hi everybody, this is my 4th time recording this video. I need to do mornings, not night, because I'm tired and I keep messing up. Okay, how to write a linear equation when you have a table, graph, or written description. So just to remind you that a linear equation can be written in the form y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. Sorry guys. It's supposed to be an arrow. Intercept. And just to remind you, x and y are variables. Those are our variables. And inside variables is the word vary, which means change. So those are our changing values. And we want them as variables so that they can change. So for example, if x is hours worked, you don't need to write this down. If x is hours worked, you might want to work 1 hour tomorrow and then 3 hours the next day, and maybe on a weekend day you're going to work 5 hours. So you want to be able to vary the amount of hours you work each day. So we use x so that we can let it change. Okay, if you need to keep getting these notes, you should pause. I am going to erase. These are going to be steps for how to do this. Okay, so step 1 says find m, the slope. And then just to remind you, if you have a table, you can do y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. If you have a graph, you can do the same. You can use the slope formula, or you can do rise over run. And if you have a written description, you can look for the words per. So units for y per units for x means like dollars per hour or inches per year. Okay. Also, if you see the word increase, decrease, or rate, those are hints that you have the slope. Step 2 is find b, the y-intercept, which is the initial value. From a table, it's the y value where x equals 0, and that's because that's the starting point. Your initial value, to remind you, initial in this case means first. I don't know why the writing's so bad today. Or starting value. That's what initial means in this case. Okay, so in a table, when x equals 0, that's your starting place. And so you can look for the y value where x equals 0, and that will give you your y-intercept. In a graph, it's the place where the line crosses the y-axis. If you're a visual learner and you want a visual of that, here's our line, here's our y-intercept. Sometimes people get it mixed up with x-intercept. Y, and I often write y-int. Okay. The written description, sometimes you'll see these words. It's you might see one-time fee, you might see expenses, you might see starting amount, you might see something like the cost of a large pizza plus a variable number of toppings. Okay, that plus is sometimes a key. I am going to erase, so if you still need these, you should pause. Step 3 is to substitute the slope and the y-intercept into y equals mx plus b. And a reminder that you want to leave x and y as variables, because those are your changing values. So you want them to be changing. So for example, in my raven and the jug, my slope was 0.25 and my starting water level was 55 milliliters. Okay, and x is number of pennies. And y is water level. my equation, because pennies change and water level change, my equation for that would be y equals, oh, I can't write over there, it's going to be in the way. My face is going to be in the way. Y equals 0.25 x plus 55. That's what I mean by leaving x and y in there, because number of pennies changes and water level changes. Okay, so I am going to stop this video. If you still need to take notes, you can pause.